You can tell it's a wet area because look at all the weed stalks. Those aren't corn stalks, those are weed stalks. About 7-foot tall weeds. And then you got corn stalks out there. They clearly haven't farmed this in several years, so. But it looks like they put some bean seeds down this year, hoping to get something out of them. This farmer has a swamp out here, as you can tell. He was fortunate enough to plant this year, but we're just finding the county main. As you can see, there's some topsoil right there. That's the county main tile line. Milk Dad is just following it down. Should find it here pretty soon. But we're either gonna put a riser in this low spot or we're gonna pattern tile it. We haven't decided yet. Have any words of encouragement this morning? No. Well, we found our pipe and we think the problem is it's too deep. It can't drain this wet spot because it goes right through the center of it. So now we're gonna lay some sub mains maybe on it later today and then tile it, lay some laterals into that. 24 inches deep or so because it's really black slabby dirt. We got her located. Now we gotta go home, get the plow, get some pipe. And we're gonna run some laterals off our 18-inch pipe. This little swampy spot will be drained. We're here. Look how nice, black and fluffy this dirt is. I mean, that's gorgeous dirt. Obviously we're not in the wet spot yet, but still, that spot's gonna be some of the best dirt yet. That farmer's gonna go from raising absolutely nothing to a bumper crop in just 1 year. We're plowing over our 18-inch main, putting in a T, then we're gonna drill the main, obviously, because it's concrete. Put a coupler in, and that's how we're gonna do this project, so stick around, find out. Putting this little spot on 30-foot centers, because if we did 50-foot centers, then obviously it would literally only take like 3 laterals and it'd be done. Now we gotta drill a hole in that and connect it to our pipe, obviously. We got our hole drilled. Only took about 4 business days. Now we gotta connect our pipes. So that looks good with that. Let's do this one right here. This chopper could be sharper. Then we're gonna dig out a spot for our pipe. Put our knee on the pipe, that way it doesn't wanna ride up on us. And we gotta dig this back because it flushed some in there. Put that on a crack-a-dude. Aw, dang it, Dale. Then we come over here, grab our piece of pipe. Do something like that. Lay it over. We cut it. You know it's bad when you think it's better to cut it with your knife rather than the chopper. But anywho, now you just gotta bed that up with some fine soil, not this clumpy clay stuff. Get it nice and packed up around the pipe. Don't want it settling and creating a wretched spot later. If anybody needs to dig it up for some reason, they'll know that whoever put it in did a good job. And that's what you're shooting for. So, yep. And there you have it. Just gotta do it about 6 more times. What's nice about doing it this way instead of laying parallel 6s up each side is we don't have to mess with the 6-inch pipe, and we're only putting in 3 rows of 4. Once we run out on the plow, then we're obviously out and we're not putting in any more. So it's a nice way to stay efficient doing these far away small jobs instead of dragging stringer carts here, an extra pipe, and having to make extra connections, you know what I'm saying? They also have this massive power line going through their field. We're not sure what to think of that yet, but it's aight. We ball. Some of you might be wondering why we're going all the way up on the hill, and that is because we're already here, might as well do it. The cost difference is basically nothing. I mean, what is it? Pennies. So might as well do it while we're here instead of having to come back later and unloading the plow and everything just for a couple hundred feet. Farmer should be happy. We had a drier year this year, so he's able to plant some beans into it. Now the beans will probably produce something this year, hopefully. I guess if it don't, then we'll be back to fix it, I guess. There's our last roll going in. It went pretty good. Only took us about an hour. When you're backfilling your holes, it's very important that you sprinkle just a little bit of dirt on first before you just push it in. That way you don't smash your pipe. Then obviously you can just be as reckless as possible and just bulldoze the rest of it in, but that first little bit is always crucial because you don't want a smashed pipe. And there you are. Looks pretty good. Just have 5 more to do. Here's the final product. We got 9,600 feet of 4-inch put in this afternoon, in about a 3-acre piece. Farmer should be pretty happy. He's gonna be going from raising absolutely nothing to maybe raising 250 to 300 bushel corn. Obviously it's beans this year, so I'm not really sure what it'll yield this time, but it was money well spent, let's just say that. Now we gotta load the plow back on the trailers, move the shank down to stage 1, chain it down, hook it back up, and then we'll be on to the next one. What's nice about bringing only 4-inch on the step deck and using it all is now we have room for the skid steer, the mini, and our centers for our way back home. It makes it pretty efficient for us. So, toodles! They say if you pulled a fluorescent light underneath these power poles, it'll light up. You can hear them buzzing if you listen.
More than 700,000 people are without power.